Okay, if I say, mm, if I say it is shark, cod, uh, mm, lizard, horse, shark, lizard, cod, horse, and you can say frog. Which came first? Vibhati, just tell me, which of the uh, uh, life form came first? Can you arrange it in order? Huh? Asim,
Ball, frog,
cod, वो कह रही है shark, she is saying shark.
pot,
क्यों?
fish,
Shark fish नहीं है? हाँ?
smell,
Okay, number one is cod. Okay,
second is frog,
frog is amphibian. Okay, frog.
third is lizard,
Okay, lizard. Then
Horse.
right.
Horse.
नहीं horse.
Horse.
And later it is the shark.
Shark.
So this is the life form which appeared on the earth. This is the chronology of life form on the earth. On the basis of this, I hope you can establish the relationship. Further, I also wanted to share something about the appearance of the dinosaur and disappearance of dinosaur. Actually, dinosaurs appeared, ruled, culminated and disappeared. There is the Herbert Spencer gave a hypothesis which was later propounded by Darwin in the name of survival of fittest. In the origin of species, he mentioned that only the life form can survive which could develop adapting characteristics to the nature, to the given conditions, to the changed conditions. So every life form used to acclimatize according to the given condition. If it is winter, we started wearing woolen clothes. If it is summer, we used to wear cotton clothes. So it is human adaptation. How this adaptation developed? Adaptation was developed on the basis of the size of the brain. Actually, body mass and the brain mass. Brain and body index is the basic indicator which determine the survival of the fittest. Some of the mammals like cow, goat, buffalo, camel, their brain size is like 100 cc size brain. Human brain size is 1400 cc. Such a small body and such a big size of brain. And elephant is 150 cc. Such a big body size and brain size is so small. It means they could not develop the brain. But still, without the brain, how they survived? They developed other organs. Like, cow, buffalo, goat, camel, the mammals you are feeding them. How much they have to eat, it is not controlled by their wisdom. It is controlled by their stomach, size of the stomach, how much it could be consumed. You decide I have to take one chapati, one roti, because it is not your belly is determining, or the need of your biological body is not determining. It is your wisdom, your brain is determining, no, don't take, it is not good for your health. So we are health conscious. So those mammals without brain, how they survive? Like human body, our body is two box body. One box is, the brain is complete box. Like car is having two box car, three box car. Second box is our heart is having a case. Third box, our belly is not completely cased. तो देखते हैं जहाँ ये केस नहीं है वहाँ से belly बाहर निकल जाती है like mine. So it is basically those mammals developed a complete case of bones around their belly or around their stomach or where the food is stored inside. So they developed the bone, a case of the bone, a box was developed. In the survival of the fittest, they developed the box. That's why they survived. But on the other hand, dinosaurs, they could not develop the box on the body. They developed the box only to the brain and it could not expand. And their body, since there was no case, so keep eating and eating, their body size becomes bigger and the biggest. So they need huge amount of food. The body become very tender to sustain such a large body with such a small brain size. So they could not sustain the adversities of climate. There were some climatic changes also. Limitation of food was also there. So they disappeared. This is one of the hypotheses. Why they disappeared? Just I am narrating. I hope you are getting why they. There is one theory that one asteroid collided and there was the whole life form disappeared. If all life form disappeared, then how crocodiles left behind? How the fish left behind? How the reptiles left behind? So this is so many other life forms still left. Why the seal and the frogs left behind? If it is so, it was so. They are the counter hypothesis of every hypothesis. So this is one of the hypotheses I wanted to share with you about the disappearance of the life form dinosaur and the how the survival of fittest is applied in the life forms, in the survival of the life forms. So this is the crux of the Darwin's theory, the adaptation, human adaptation. And after this, the quaternary also I wanted to share with you. Quaternary means that quaternary phase is known as the phase of ice. That was known as the ice ages. Ice ages, so quaternary ice age. Ice age means, suppose this was the earth, this is the equator, so now the poles are covered with the ice, permanent ice caps. When actually earth released different gases at different time period in the form of volcanic eruptions. Sometimes volcanoes release the gases in the atmosphere. Earth is having atmosphere. And if atmosphere is having gases which used to reflect the sunlight back without entering into the earth's surface. अगर इसको यहाँ से बाहरी sunlights are reflected back, but sometimes then the composition of gases changed, so sunlight came inside and could not move back. What will happen? If sunlight is reflected from here itself, what will happen? Temperature will decrease. When temperature decreased, the ice caps reached up to here. So, half of the earth, 50% of the globe, 1/4 in the northern hemisphere and 1/4 in the southern hemisphere was covered with the ice. Then again the atmospheric composition changed and the sunlight reached on the earth's surface. So what happened? Temperature started and then the gases becomes you can say these gases never hardly allowed the sunlight to move back. So temperature of the atmosphere started increasing. When it increased, the ice started retreating back in both the sides. And Then there was the arrival of ices and the withdrawal of ices in both the hemispheres simultaneously. Then the arrival of ices and the withdrawal of ices. So there were the 4 different ice ages were registered on the Earth's surface. The names you must have gone through. The first ice age was Guj, Mindel, Riss, and the 4th is the Wurm. This 4th ice age is still going on. The Wurm ice age is still going on. You know, during this I want to share, when there was the ice age, so this part of the earth was covered with the snow. When the snow is there, glaciers must be moving to the lower places. So glaciated valleys will develop. You know the great lakes of USA, Great Lakes of USA, say Michigan, Huron, Superior, Erie, Ontario, all these are the lakes formed by the glaciated valleys, and glaciers make the U-shaped valleys. You have studied the glaciers?
Yes.
Because glaciers are cutting downward and lateral and downward cutting. Water is having only downward cutting, no lateral cutting. Glaciers having vertical cutting, glaciers cut it. So all U-shaped valley formation takes place. So all the lakes, Canada is after every 1 kilometer in Canada you will find fresh water body. All these are the glaciated valleys. During ice age they were formed. Finland is the country known by country of 1,000 lakes. Means how the 1,000 lakes formed? All these are the glaciated. During glaciation, glacier formed. During ice age, glacier formed U-shaped valleys. They are the left out. Once the temperature increased, they are filled with water. In Russia, Lake Onega, Lake Ladoga, Lake Baikal, all these are the glaciated U-shaped valleys. In Canada, so many Athabasca Lake, Uranium Lake, Deer Lake, Small Deer Lake, Big Deer Lake. Canada is the country with more than half of the fresh water in the world. That one country is sharing because they have the vast continental topography with large glaciated topography. All features, all U-shaped valleys are full of water. How U-shaped valley formed? They are the outcome of the Wurm ice age. Wurm is still withdrawing. I hope you got it. And during this Wurm, the origin of man, in the continuity of this geological time scale, I'll take one more point here today, the origin of man. How man originated. I'll just correlate with the ice ages because this is first mammal and the origin of man. May I clean it? Okay. ये आपने सब chronology आपको समझ में आ गई? You need not to forget the epochs, which epoch is what happened in which time period. During different ice ages, suppose this, Eastern Europe is considered as the cradle land of civilization, or the man being to originate. That was the most suitable climate where human origin is considered, that is Eastern Europe. When there was the ice age, what will happen to the eastern, if it is here, if this is the cradle land of Eastern Europe is in mid-latitude. When ice age started, ice started increasing, temperature decreasing, temperature of this area started decreasing. What will happen? These people will either acclimatize here itself, or they migrate to the suitable climate, or they come closer to the equator permanently. So there are the three options. 1, 2, suitable climate, and 3rd, closer to equator, where temperature is maximum around the year. And man applied all the three options. When man applied this, man acclimatized himself in cold conditions. And then cold conditions, they become Mongoloid, cold conditions. Cold conditions. And they are known as a evolution of a race have taken place, that is called Mongoloid race. In the cold conditions. The Tibetan people, Chinese people, the polar region, in the polar region, Eskimo people living over here, Sami people, all Inuits, all tribal groups living in the polar region, Sami, Eskimo, Inuits, Tungus in Siberia, Chukchi, Yakut, Samoyed. All these are the different tribal groups spread over in the polar region. You must be knowing they are rearing the reindeer or the caribou. They are basically hunting and they are engaged in hunting and gathering activities in the polar region, migrating from one place to another with their livestock in search of the lichen, because they feed lichen to their animal. So this is one race which spread over in the cold condition